opening when you look in the mirror and don't recognize yourself. There's a moment almost every man goes through. You stand in front of a mirror, and you see a guy, familiar, but strange. Not because he's changed, but because he hasn't changed at all. Same thoughts, same fears, same old excuses. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and inside you, nothing truly grows. That's the most dangerous kind of pain. It's not loud, not dramatic, but it eats at you. You feel it the most at night, lying in bed, wide awake. You know something has to break, and you know exactly what it is. It's you. A lot of people hear destruction and think chaos, some big, dramatic moment. That's not it. Destruction isn't always loud. Sometimes it's colder than that clarity. Clarity that your current version has outlived its use. Clarity that if you keep ignoring that voice, you're choosing a slow death. This video isn't cheap motivation. It's a map, a Stoic map, direct, dry, but effective. We'll go in 2 parts. Part 1, destroy the old you, burn the bridge, cut the inertia. Kill the weakness you've been calling personality. Part 2, rebuild yourself, your mental operating system, your discipline, your routine, your identity. You don't have to believe me. You just have to be honest enough to admit something has to change. Part 1, destroying the old you. The old you isn't personality. It's inertia. The version of you that needs to be destroyed isn't your haircut, your clothes, or your environment in the surface level sense. It goes deeper. It's mental inertia. You've repeated a pattern for so long that you've started calling it your personality. You say, I'm a procrastinator. No. You've just practiced procrastination consistently. You say, I have a short temper. No. You've never trained the pause before reacting. You say, I lack confidence. No. You've been telling yourself a weak story long enough that it feels true. This is where Stoicism gets ruthless. If you refuse to look directly at your habits, you'll spend your life hiding behind the illusion. This is just how I am. It's not. You weren't born this way. You trained this way. And the man who loses is the man who gets used to being weak. So used to it that every time he needs to rise, he negotiates. I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe it's not the right time. I'll wait until things settle down. He negotiates so often that he stops calling it weakness. He calls it being careful. So what's the first step to destroying the old you? Not doing more. Just this, name it correctly. What inside me is decaying? What is keeping me stuck? What story am I using to protect my fear? Because the moment you name it, you grab it. And once you have a grip on it, you finally have the power to change it. Burn the bridge to your past if there's a way back. You'll take it. If you truly want to change, understand this cold principle. If there's a way back, you will go back. Not because you're weak, because your brain is wired for safety, and safe is usually the same old hole you've been in. There's a powerful image. Warriors land on shore and burn their ships. Not for show. For one reason, no way back. Once retreat is gone, moving forward isn't a choice anymore. It's the only direction left. That's clarity. So what does burning the bridge actually mean? It means you stop keeping backup doors open for your old self. You can't build something new while still texting people you've already outgrown, returning to toxic habits every time you're stressed, standing with one foot in the future and one in the past. A lot of people say they want to grow, but every night they check if the past is still there. What if I need it? What if I miss it? What if I fall short? That's how you keep yourself trapped. Because your past isn't just memory, it's momentum. Every time you replay it, you fuel the old version of yourself. If you want to destroy the old, you stop worshipping it. Stop holding it. Stop softening it with back then. Burning the bridge doesn't mean you hate who you were. It means you say this, you helped me survive. But you don't come with me into what's next. It's uncomfortable. It's supposed to be. Growth has never been soft. C. Cut the soft threads what pulls you back under pressure. A lot of people believe change is a straight line up. It's not. Real change is collapse, then rebuild. And while you're rebuilding, pressure will rise. That's when your mind offers you an escape sweet, familiar, and dangerous. It whispers, "You're tired. Just go back." And it pulls you toward the exact things that once numbed you: an old relationship, old habits, old ways of escaping, distractions that help you forget your life. It won't call it self-sabotage. It'll call it rest. That's why you have to cut the soft threads before the storm hits. Because when pressure rises, you won't be clear enough to argue with yourself. You'll fall back into inertia. So, if you want to destroy the old you completely, you need to close the door on 3 levels. First, people. Who makes you shrink, who mocks you when you try to change, who prefers you easy to control. Cut access. Second, habits. What do you use to numb out endless scrolling, staying up for no reason? Addictions. Procrastination. Quit it. Third, environment. What constantly knocks you off track? Your space, your devices, your digital noise. Clean it until going back becomes inconvenient. No drama. No announcements. Just one decision. My energy is sacred. You don't get access anymore. Cut it clean, so when pressure rises, there's no path back. Only one direction left, through it. D. Accept being misunderstood. Learn to walk alone. When you start breaking your old self, people will notice, and they'll say, "You've changed. You're different. You're cold. You're acting arrogant." Listen, most people don't hate the new you. They just miss the old you. Because the old you was predictable, easy to control, easy to pull back. This is the real test. Do you want to grow, or do you want to be liked? Because you don't get both. You can't change your life while asking everyone for permission. No real transformation asks the audience if it's okay. And here's the truth. Walking alone isn't loneliness. It's a phase of forging. When you walk alone, you stop outsourcing your decisions to the crowd. You stop living for praise. You stop acting for applause. You start living by your own code. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. Distance. Disconnection. Silence. Don't panic. That's not you getting lost. That's you moving. You no longer fit the same table, the same conversations, the same crowd. Good. That's growth. So here's the takeaway for part 1. If you want to destroy the old, you burn the bridge. Cut the inertia. And learn to stand in the silence. Now we rebuild. Part 2. Rebuilding yourself. Rebuild starts with your mental operating system. You don't live by what you want. You live by what you've been programmed to believe. And if you don't rewrite the script in your head, you'll spend your life acting out someone else's story. Habits come from beliefs. Beliefs come from programming your childhood, your experiences, the words that got repeated to you, the failures you never processed. So if you only change surface habits, but keep the same operating system, you'll go right back. Rebuilding means one thing: reprogramming. Here's the process. Simple, but you have to do it seriously. Step 1. Catch the thought, the moment it appears. I'm not a disciplined person. Step 2. Trace it back. Who said that? When did you start believing it? Was it a parent, a comment, a failure? When you see the source, the belief loses its authority, because you realize it was learned. And what's learned can be changed. Step 3. Install a new identity. Not I'll try. I am disciplined. Then prove it with one small action. Every day. There's one rule you can't ignore. If you remove the old without installing the new, you'll fall back. The mind hates emptiness. So you don't replace it with fantasy. You replace it with a conscious identity. I build myself through discipline, not emotion. You will relapse. That's normal. The difference is you catch it faster, and you return faster. That's how you know the new program is taking over. F. Break comfort, the sweet prison that kills your potential. Comfort isn't just rest. Comfort is a sweet prison. It keeps you warm, and then it buries you. What feels good today can quietly destroy your potential tomorrow. The logic is simple. Muscles grow through resistance. The mind grows through discomfort. If you avoid hard things, you get weaker. And weakness doesn't arrive with a bang. It shows up in one quiet sentence. I'll do it tomorrow. One tomorrow turns into a habit. That habit turns into identity. So rebuilding means this. You choose hard on purpose. Every day. You don't need 100 rituals. Just one real, difficult action. Wake up earlier. Train your body. Turn off your phone and do deep work. Say no to what pulls you down. Do the thing you've been avoiding. Here's the key: you don't need to feel ready. The feeling comes after. The moment you wait for motivation, you've already lost. Remember this: weakness isn't I can't. Weakness is I don't want to. And that don't want to can be trained through repeated choice. Every time you choose effort over ease, you cast a vote for the man you're becoming. You don't need anyone watching. You just need to look in the mirror and know today, I didn't negotiate with weakness. I chose what's necessary, not what's easy. Do that long enough. And something strange happens. You start to like discipline, because discipline builds self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of everything else. Build I'm still that doesn't break. Discipline beats motivation. Growth doesn't come from bursts of motivation. It comes from routine. If your days are chaotic, your life will be chaotic. If your habits are random, your results will be random. A routine that doesn't break isn't something you show off. It's a system that keeps you standing when you're tired, bored, and unmotivated. A strong routine has 3 pillars. First, lock your start time. If your morning drifts, your life drifts. Second, protect a deep work block. Do the important work before the world fills your head with noise. Third, training and reflection. A strong body stabilizes the mind. A stable mind makes sharp decisions. But understand this: you don't build a routine for good days. You build it for bad ones. Most people fail because their routine is unrealistic. They go all in for 3 days, then collapse and blame themselves. It's not you, it's your system. Stoicism doesn't aim for perfection. It aims for consistency. You need a system that still runs when you're 60% tired, in a bad mood, low on motivation. A real routine makes skipping it feel uncomfortable, like you're betraying yourself. And when that happens, you don't need motivation. You just follow the system. If you want your life to change, stop asking, "Do I feel like it today?" Ask a better question: what does my system require today? Then run it. Master your emotions. Feel them, but don't let them drive. The world tells you, just let it all out. Stoicism says something different. Notice your emotions. Understand them, but don't hand them the wheel. Emotions aren't the problem. Uncontrolled emotions are. One moment of anger can ruin a relationship. 1 hour of indulgence can undo weeks of discipline. One careless reward can drag you back into your old life. And the dangerous part, in those moments, it feels real. It feels like this is who I am. It's not. It's you being driven. Emotional discipline isn't suppression. It's a pause. You build a simple habit, the 1-0 second gap. When something triggers you, an insult, pressure, frustration, stop. Take a breath. Then ask, does this reaction move me closer to who I'm becoming? Or pull me back to who I used to be? If it pulls you back, stay quiet. Step away. Or respond later. If it moves you forward, respond clearly, directly, without hesitation. This is the difference. Weak men act on mood. Strong men act on standards. Mood changes. Standards don't. And here's the paradox. The more control you have over your emotions, the more freedom you gain. You stop fearing discomfort. You stop fearing misunderstanding. You stop fearing small failures. Because now you have something most people don't control over: your own mind. I rebuild your identity, plus closing, stop improving. Become someone else. At some point, improvement isn't enough. You add a few habits, read a few books, change a few relationships, and still feel stuck. Because the real problem isn't behavior, it's identity. You can't live with discipline if you still see yourself as lazy. You can't build confidence if you repeat a weak story about yourself every day. You can't become strong if you keep playing the victim. Rebuilding your identity means one thing: you stop negotiating with your old self. You stop asking, "Should I?" You ask one question: what would the man I'm becoming do right now? Then you do it. No negotiation. Now everything comes together. In part 1, you destroyed the old you. You burned the bridge, cut the inertia, and learned to stand alone. In part 2, you rebuilt. You rewrote your operating system, broke comfort, built a routine that holds, mastered your emotions, and locked in a new identity through action. The old version of you helped you survive, but he's not invited into the future you're building. You don't need to hate him. You just need to bury him. So today, you start simple. Burn one bridge. Cut one habit. Do one hard thing. Keep one small promise to yourself. That's enough. Because strong men don't need a dramatic beginning. They just start, and they don't go back.